So I thought this video could be about Tsapa, my lovely, beautiful cat who sometimes is a little bit mean to me, but that's okay because I'm probably mean to her. Basically, I'm just gonna tell you the journey she's been through the past 2 months with her broken foot. Let's start off by saying how this actually happened. So I wasn't there, I was camping, but she was at my cabin with my parents. She was walking on the counter and jumped off, but her foot got caught in the handle of a drawer and it wasn't good. Then my mom noticed her foot and I was like, well, that's not good, we have to take her to the vet. I take her to her very first, or I guess not her first, this is her second visit, but she's getting her first splint. So this is what I call the purple cast stage. They call it a splint, I keep wanting to call it a cast, but it's actually a splint, but I just keep calling it a cast, so I'm sorry. When I walked to the vet and I saw there was a purple splint on her, I was like, out of all the colors in the world, they had to choose my least favorite one. I was a little bit, So I go with the doctor, we go look at the x-rays, and she broke the entire 4 bones. All of the 4 metatarsals, all 4 of those bones she completely broke. All of them. Cut through. So he did say, the doctor, usually like if it's 1 or 2 that are broken, then the other ones that aren't broken can help, like, you know, repair it as like a solid structure, I guess, beside it to repair it. But since all of them are broken, he also added that she might always have a limp for the rest of her life, which was kind of really sad to hear because it's like you feel so bad for those animals who have to limp around. Fast forward, we get home. She did not like anything that was going on. There was this giant purple thing. She's trying to like kick it off, trying to get away from it. Obviously it's attached to her. Also still coming off of the drugs that they gave her and stuff like that, so it was a little bit rough. I had to like stay with her or else she was gonna like hurt herself more, trying to like push herself away. Finally, after a while, when she like stopped wriggling all over the place and just accepted the purple splint, we gave her some water in a little bowl because with anesthesia you have to not eat or drink sometime before that, so she was cut off at like midnight before the appointment, so she hasn't eaten or drank the entire day. So the purple stage lasted for 3 weeks, so the doctor said to come to 3 to 4 weeks and get the stupid purple cast changed. Like halfway through she like adapted completely. She put pressure on, she walked on it, so she like actually used it to walk. She started running too, we started playing a little bit more. Now comes the green cast phase. I don't have a lot of pictures or videos of this phase because it was a very short phase. And so I have like follow up with the doctor. And so he showed me the x-ray. 2 of the bones healed, they fused. And so the other 2 were still a little bit not there. So that was that. So from that point it would have been 4 more weeks and then we would have been able to take it off. That was on a Thursday. That weekend was also a long weekend. Why does that matter? Well, let me tell you. We start off the long weekend, we go to my cabin. So this is Tsapa's first trip to my cabin in a splint. The cage, or our little pet carrier, is too small for her to sit there for 2 hours with a cast. Probably very uncomfortable. Oh, she's moving. Where are you going? We did have this little basket that was made for your pets to sit in cars. So she was basically sitting on my lap and I was holding her down. We get to my cabin and I'm holding the basket with 2 hands. And she's a stubborn little girl, let me tell you that. I'm trying to carry her. I have all these bags and everything going on. She's trying to stand up and get up. She jumps out of the basket. Obviously can't land the jump, as cats do, because she has a giant green cast on her foot. Like it's... Anyway, so for that entire weekend, she started licking her cast, like trying to clean it, which she didn't do with the purple one. So it was kind of like a new behavior. We come home, and this is Tuesday morning. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 5 days had passed. I wake up at like, sorry, there's so much cat hair, at like 7:45 in the morning with like this commotion in my closet. I open the door, she like wobbles out, and I notice that the cast is no longer on her foot and that the green cast is just sitting in like a closet, wedged her foot in and yanked it out. And I start freaking out. I haven't even officially woken up yet and my cat just took off her stupid cast or splint. Like I said, she's a stubborn little kitty. She starts aggressively licking her leg as she starts like moaning and groaning because obviously it hurts. The vet didn't open until 8 a.m. So I had to sit there waiting until 8 a.m. to call and be like, hey, I need to schedule an appointment like now. So they were able to get her in, but it was Okay, so I forgot to film this part. If you were wondering what we ever did to the green cast, it's right here. I still have it. Why? I don't know. Anywho. And now we come into the yellow splint phase. When we came home from the vet, she acted almost as bad as when she acted with the purple cast. Stop it. So to not repeat what had happened with the green cast, we started putting her in a cone. It started off was anytime she would start licking it, I would just put the cone on her and be like, you can't lick your cast, you're not allowed to do that anymore. But then now after like a while, we just started doing it like every single night and when nobody's home. So as soon as someone comes home, they can take off the cone and she can just live her life without the cone. She does still try to lick it. Sometimes I'll put like a dishcloth. So the changes that we had with the cone is how she sleeps now. She used to always sleep near like my torso. The cone, she started lying like across my pillow on the edge, and then the more she got comfortable, the more of my pillow she'd start taking up. Sometimes I'd be sleeping and she just comes and sits on my face and I'm like, girl, you have never slept on my pillow before. This past week, maybe a week and a half, she started running on it, which is good. This cast does sit higher than the previous two casts, so it was kind of harder for her to adapt to walking at first, like walking on it. She started running on it. She has her appointment on Monday to get her splint taken off, and hopefully all of the bones have aligned, and hopefully that's Alright, come on, let's go. Hold on, I have to put your cone on. Whew, okay, that was rough. We just got the cast taken off. It's a little bit. How are you feeling? She did it all without anesthesia, so they were holding her down, my poor little girl. I know. But you have to wear a cone for 3 more days, okay? So basically, they took off the cast. All the bones look fine, but it does look a little bit infected. So they gave her a little antibacterial shot. And now she has to wear a cone for 3 days, and then she will be good to go. Good as new. I'll update you then. Take this off! Yay! Are you standing on your foot?